Far away on the
Hello
mainland,
everybody, this is Cameron Case, aka the Thomas Lover here, and today, welcome to my first audio commentary. This episode is Anthony's Origins, which is the origin story of my first OC created in the Thomas franchise, or not in the franchise, but in the series after all, Anthony. And without further ado, let's talk it over with. So here is the house, Aunt Tony's house. It's created with Lego pieces and such, except for the faces have been painted to match the Model Series Thomas figurines. And the house is actually from a Lego Animal Crossing set called Isabelle's House Visit. And also you got like that homemade radio I've made. It has appeared in other episodes like scenes that feature the works, for example.
We understand, Auntie. Could you please
And
give me some porridge? She asked.
To be fair, I don't know what to say here. But anyways, just watch along and yeah, I'm just gonna
explore the woods.
let it play.
Don't be gone too long.
Like, keep in mind, this is my first audio commentary, so I don't know what to say here until I get to it. And here we have Anthony, the boxcar that later became a movie boxcar. Spoiler alert. It's basically the story is loosely based off the Boxcar Children, I think it's called. Yeah, it's based off the series of books called The Boxcar Children, where they live in a boxcar. So this story is almost basically that. Anthony's faces have been 3D printed, as you can tell by the lines on his face. And the trees and bushes and such were from Michael's and Dollar Tree, respectively. Apparently I don't have any smaller scale figurines of those two boys, because at the time I made this, it was around May 2024 or so.
A long time ago, I was detached from an empty freight train and rolled down a branch line and
I like the story how
I waited a long time.
Anthony got there.
So I was left there.
I wish I had another person to help with the audio commentary, like having another friend over so we can talk through it while we watch along and such.
Living with our Aunt Tony. We'll stop by sometimes to see you. That sounds good. I like to have company, especially since before being here. Both the boys smiled as he went home.
Yeah, I used to go out in the woods back in my childhood house. Well, not the one during my first 3 years of being born, but after that, before April 2016. So it would be the woods right across the avenue, not the avenue, the private street, I should call it. And we used to go down there with like a cooler and such, and some garbage there too. Also, those small utensils are also from Michael's. I should also point that out. Keep in mind that no money has been made during these productions.
Over the next few weeks,
just to let you know,
looking after their Aunt Tony. They were also
it's all about helping Aunt Tony out. Also, did you know that Aunt Tony is also in my family too? Well, in my father's cousin's side of the family, there is an Aunt Tony. She passed away October 2020, which helped inspire me to make the character Anthony, which originally, in the original version of the Chuffin feeder, he was a USB flash drive. However, despite that, I decided to completely change it over to be more realistic instead of being toyish and such.
It was some large animal, like a bear or a fox.
And that's what made me remake the entire Chuffin Feeder episode with Anthony as a boxcar. And another fun fact Anthony,
Suddenly, they
the
heard a
movie
faint
boxcar actually exists
followed by a cry of
in
joy.
take-along form.
Help!
They created like 4 of them, and for like faulty whistles, Jack jumps in,
We'll be back soon.
Percy and the Carnival, and the rare Thomas and the Treasure.
The boys found that
And you can see some string that helps
Tony, what happened?
have the figures fall over, such as Aunt Tony
Call the
and
emergency service.
Uglis when he was trying to open the door to Anthony.
The boys still visit the
And
box.
Anthony is actually a troublesome brake fan, but I decided to place his
Someone
face
knocked on the door.
on the blank side instead of the troublesome truck
Are you
side.
Tony's nephews?
And that figurine is actually from
I have
a board game called Clue.
Aunt Tony.
I had that for quite a while, as a matter of fact, and it's appeared in one of my YouTube videos, like No Joke for James remake,
Responsibility.
and etc. etc.
At the moment. The doctor left.
And it's also the first time, well, not the first time,
On where to focus
basically it's one of the few characters that has actually passed away in the
the boys
in the series. The other being Thomas's old driver from Thomas and the Old Oak Tree.
I'm sorry.
You know, the driver with the mustache that used to drive Thomas' tank engine.
To keep our roof over our heads, we'll turn you into our new home over the month.
Also, those are actual small wood pieces that I found lying around.
Bad materials from Versailles
They actually work for the
and worked on
scenes.
transforming the
And they're also reused for Thomas Solves the Mysteries episode. Gotta love that camera shot.
The boys were sad to see their stuff being gone, so they got what they could to fit inside the box van. The project was done just in time. I've never got to ask you two what
And
your
if you
names
get to see Anthony's new look.
and I'm Dave.
And if you back up just a little bit, you can actually see the
What's yours?
current
I
design,
don't have a name,
the
unfortunately.
name board,
Box van.
but it's obscured by the
How
trees.
about we call you
But he
Anthony?
doesn't get that until
After
later on in
Anthony,
the episode.
who adopted us.
And some of these are actually based off real life
He was
event.
cheerful.
Back in 2019 when
Over Anthony's house.
my me, dad, and my brother were kicked out due to financial crisis,
They became
personal
good
financial
neighbors.
crisis.
The boys lived inside Anthony for nearly 20 years.
And there's the gold diesel from Twins and Twins. It's basically a recolor of Diesel 10, Trackmaster, and there's that diesel that we get to see later on in Karma for Kana.
Excuse me. I know you love me.
And apparently time has passed, and the boys are now grown up.
The mobile home.
And this is where I could put Anthony into good
What
use,
plans do you have?
finally, as the one you know and
I'd
love.
like to become a filmmaker.
There will be more adventures with Anthony in the future.
I wish to become a vacation tourist instead. You know, you can make your childhood wishes come true. I
Fun
guess
fact,
right. I do have the best
Uglis
idea.
has
No one else has
gloves
probably
in that
done
suit,
so.
while
What
David
would it
doesn't.
be? How would you like to play movies in railway yards? Really? For real? Anthony started. I'll get started on the blueprints shortly.
Apparently I was trying to take that shot where the rolling stock was trying to go in and such,
And Anthony now has
and
a
that
purpose,
failed
which
miserably,
you'll never get bored of.
so I just had to.
We have to go
For
now,
real with it.
Anthony, said the boys.
And this is the part where Anthony cries, and it's very emotional.
You gave me what you wished for. I'll be more than delighted for what the future holds.
This is what it's called,
They waved
New
through their
Beginnings,
lives. Tears
and
were
a new
shed
leaf.
as he parted.
Be quiet, Oliver. Sorry about that, that was my cat meowing.
Anthony was optimistic
And this is
of
the
his
night
life,
scenes, where it was a bit of a torture to actually get it right. And there's actually an LED light inside Anthony, because it's supposed to represent the projector, the projector lens, projecting onto a screen. Which I don't have the budget to actually do that, because it would be very, very complicated. And And that wraps up the audio commentary of Antony's Origins. I hope to do more in the future. Well, me and some other person to make it more interesting. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.